This is what I told my students. I said, imagine for the next 24 days, the country is shut down, right? So for the next 24 days, nobody is training. No gym is open, nothing. If you dedicate 1 hour a day to your craft, just one, that's minimal to your craft. Like if you're shadow boxing, running, or, if you have a dummy at home you can drill on, or punching bag or whatever, you dedicate 1 hour a day, you will have one full 24-hour day of advancement within that time. And like 24 hours of real time, not like 24 hours and you train 2 in those days. Like 24 hours of real time training over any competitor is huge. It's so big. So that's what I'm telling my team, and I've been telling them that before we shut the gym down. I was like, hey man, like, and this is not just MMA. This is business. This is life. This is investment. This is MMA. This is in your marriage and relationships, networking, anything. If you are pulling back, if you are using this time to relax and pull back, you have missed a golden opportunity that we never see in our life, where the world is at a standstill. The world, not it's the weekend and everybody decided to take Friday and Saturday. We as a world, as the entire globe, are at a standstill right now, and nobody is doing much. So for me, this is like the time. Like, I'm as busy as I ever have been. I'm rocking it out. I'm looking up stock stuff. I'm looking how do I invest. I'm figuring out. I'm working on my online school right now for techniques. I'm working on business marketing, online blueprint stuff. I'm busy as hell right now. And I feel like if you're taking this time to rest, you're missing maybe the biggest opportunity of your life. And I mean that, like, maybe the biggest opportunity of your life to step up in front of your competition right now. And I can't imagine a scenario where I'm wrong on this. It was pretty crazy. So like I think I counted my flight out there was like there was 18 people on it or something like that. It wasn't very many people at all. I think every single person had their own dedicated row, so you can imagine how that was. It was pretty cool. It's crazy. It's like even more not necessarily the plane, but like the drive there. It's normally a real busy road. It's like major highway where I'm at. It's a ghost town. Just seeing that stuff, and then obviously when you get there, there's no people in the crowd. So cornering, it's almost like it's like an underground, fight where like you just invite a couple people because you can hear everything. It reminds me a lot of The Ultimate Fighter, kind of, only even more quiet. So it's a pretty crazy experience, and because of the fight, they had a rule to where like there will only be 50 people in the building. So they had 2 separate buildings. So a lot of the pro side, and then they had an amateur side. So in our fight, like after you fought, you had to leave because they didn't want to go over capacity. It was crazy. Like we were out of there by like 6 p.m. Because we had just fought by 6 p.m. and they started way early. It was just insane. It's unlike anything that I've ever been a part of. It's a pretty crazy deal. The only other one that kind of like rivals this was is I was a part of a tournament in Sturgis during the Sturgis bike rally in South Dakota. So basically, like they've had this big tournament that they were like, we're paying this. It was good pay. Like it was going to go down there. We were going to make way more money than we normally did. So the idea was it was on, because the way that works is it's basically on like a private land. So you can't, like the police can't come, which I'm going to get into that in a second. But so like we drive 12 hours overnight, and it was crazy. There was like, we had a truck, like a dual cab truck, or a quad cab truck. And so there's 4 people in the truck, 4 or 5 people in the truck. And then we had like 11 people in a small like trailer we were pulling behind us. 11 like fighters. So a bunch of us went and fought. We get there, the pay is like nowhere even close to what it was advertised. And they also said, hey, the fights aren't going to be on your record because it's not whatever. Come to find out, after the term is over, they all went on our record. And I fought up a weight class. It was a crazy, crazy deal. But when you get there, it's the craziest thing you can ever imagine. Like uh, imagine like what you would see. I can't even explain it. Imagine a porn, uh, an all types of like drug party and everything like all happening out in the open, like public. Like I mean, there's people having sex out in public. And way more than that. People just drugs are everywhere. And it's out in the open. There's no police there, and they can't come on the property unless somebody's like murdered. You know what I mean? So like they have to have permission to come on the property. So, it is just an experience unlike anything else I've ever seen. So I fought 3 times in 3 days. I fought once in one night, took one night off, and then fought twice in one night to win the tournament. And it was a crazy deal. So some of the guys that I was with were partying. I've always been kind of a square when it comes to this stuff, so I wasn't. But what was crazy is like we had food vouchers. So like our food vouchers and we weighed in one time. I weighed in one time and I was there for like 5 days. So I was there like 2 or 3 days. I weighed in when I got there. We were there for 2 or 3 days. And then I fought once, then took another night off, and then I fought twice in one night. So I was probably like 195 when I fought at 155. But like the food vouchers were for like these like concession stands. So literally the entire time we're drinking like Coke, having hot dogs, cheeseburgers, French fries. That's all they had. And they didn't have like at that bike rally. They don't really have a lot of other options. Like Sturgis, South Dakota. Looking at the population, is like super small. It's not a big town. So it was a crazy experience.